Welcome to Sheena Says, a podcast about wellness, parenting, and real stories.
Hi everyone. So welcome back to Sheena Says, and we are picking up from the last episode this time, talking about food. Now, food is my favorite topic to talk about because food is fuel. We all need it, we all love it, and if you're a foodie like me, then you enjoy it. Food is meant to be really relished. It's meant to be enjoyed, and it should bring us happiness because it nourishes our body, nourishes our soul, and we should have a very, very happy relationship with it. Now, I find that in today's times, it is become a real thing to fear. Almost people are afraid of food, or they hate making it, or they hate eating it, or they love it too much and they hate the fact that they love it too much. So the relationship with food has kind of shifted almost into a negative state, which is really sad because that's something we all rely on and we must have every single day. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the myths. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about what's right for us, what's wrong for us, what can we eat and feel really good about, and what is the difference between positive calories and negative calories. Now, there's a very big, very simple way to break this down for you, apart from all the myths that we will get into in a minute. Now, the positive and negative calories, for me, that's my distinction, is very simple. If something has been sitting outside for over 24 hours and it does not rot, to me, that is negative calories, because anything that is going to nourish your body is going to start immediately showing signs of distress the minute it's been opened up, cut open, or left outside. That's the oxidative process. And it shows how much it will actually cater to your body, how much nutrition it has, is how fast it will rot. Now, that being said, if you've left an apple cut up or a banana, it will start ripening the minute you have cut it up. If you've left a tomato opened up, in a few hours it's going to start wilting and you can see the process. If you leave any fruits cut up and opened up, you will start seeing them ripen or start to wilt, or the oxygen and the water getting out of it, the juices coming off of it will start drying up. And that's the easiest tell. So anything that can be preserved for days or months at a time is not providing your body with positive calories. That being said, it's not always, and negative is a very loosely used word here, but if you can do a balance of 70-30, where your daily consumption of food has at least 60 to 70% positive calories, which is fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, proteins that are freshly made, then you're doing a good job. And that 30% of the carbs or the fat is something the body will also need to break down into sugar. And the sugar is the fastest breakdown, that our body will turn sugar into energy right away. After sugar comes the carbs, and that breaks down into sugar and turns to energy. After the fat of carbs comes the fats. Now, all of these break down a certain way and then start converting into sugar, and then the sugar converts into energy. So be mindful, if the sugar is in excess, or the carbs are in excess, or the fat is in excess, whatever is in excess will break down and get stored as fat. Now, that's the catch 22. So, how much should you eat? And how fast will it get burnt out of your system? Everybody has a average that they say, oh, 2000 calories per day is a good average. For who? Who is eating 2000 calories per day and not gaining weight? That is a very generic average. It is not broken down per gender, it's not broken down per age, it's not broken down per body weight and height. So, following generic mythical stereotypes is a very big pitfall in our society today. To me, half knowledge is far more harmful than no knowledge at all, because with half knowledge, you're almost thinking that you have it right. Meantime, you could be doing more damage than good. So it's very important to know what your height and weight is and where you stand on the BMI index. Now, is the body mass index a perfect calculation? No, not exactly. It's a guideline. It does show you like where you stand, and a low BMI could indicate anorexia. A regular BMI is anywhere between 18 and a half and 25 and a half, which is normal. 25 and 20 up to 29 is kind of considered overweight, and 30 and up is definitely classified as obese. Now, does the BMI measure visceral fat, inflammation, insulin resistance, or no, it's not. Like I said, it's a screening tool. It's not a diagnosis of health, but it does help you kind of regulate yourself a little bit and figure out, okay, am I in the normal index range? Am I not? Or am I definitely heading on the high side and I need to start losing weight? Now, losing weight, again, there are 30,000 diets out there. There's paleo, there's keto, there is, intermittent fasting, there's Mediterranean. Which one is right for you? Every body type is different, and every person's body prefers a different way of regulation. So instead of going in and dialing in on one of these diets, which even if you are very determined and you've made up your mind to do it and you do follow through for 3 months or even 6 months and you get to your goal weight, most people find it very difficult to follow through these diets, and the rest of them bounce back into their weight again right after they stop the diet. So it can be a super frustrating catch 22 situation where you're doing your best and you're dieting, but you're not able to lose the weight that you want to lose. And your body is just not feeling nourished. You're still feeling hungry, you're still feeling tired, and you're still feeling just not good about eating. So let's get into what's good to eat and when is it good to eat. So a big thing people don't realize is timing is everything. It is not just about what you're eating, it is about when you're eating it. The body has to process food for fuel. Food is fuel. So we need to provide that fuel for our day so that we can function correctly. Everybody does eats in the 1-to-3 ratio because you're too busy, because you're on the go, because you don't have time, you're not going to get what you're looking to eat in the office or at work or in the college or at school. So you're just going go, go, go. You start your day with a cup of coffee, then you have a salad or a banana or something or a muffin for brunch, and then for lunch you might grab maybe a sandwich or a roll or something, and then finally you come home and then you have another cup of coffee, and then finally you come home and yes, we can have dinner. And we're going to sit down and we're going to load up and we're going to eat a big fat dinner and we're going to feel really good because now our tummy is happy and we can sit and watch TV. People, no, don't do that. Okay? Because if you're going to sit with eating a dinner and then not do anything about it, now you've just eaten a whole lot of calories that are going to convert to glucose. It's not going to get used, so it's going to convert back into fat. And when you sleep, your entire sleep through that journey and each stages of cycle, please look at the previous podcast on insomnia and the cycles of sleep. Now, it's never getting to that REM state of repair because it's busy digesting the food that you just ate. So how can we fix this? First of all, reverse the cycle. Put it in a 3-to-1 ratio instead of a 1-to-3 ratio. Breakfast has to be the most important meal of your day. It is the most important meal. And if you don't have time for breakfast, please make it brunch. No excuses. Eat a decent brunch. If you're at work, if you're at school, if you're on the go, pack it. Get it delivered. I don't know, but make sure that your brunch is a healthy, balanced meal. Make sure that you're eating enough protein in there and you're eating enough carbs to release that in your day, and it'll break down as you keep going through your day. into glucose, which you will, because you're working or running or commuting or coming back to home, it will break down and it will get used up. And then when you come home, if you've eaten a big, nice, balanced lunch, you're not going to be starving. You're not going to grab that bag of chips. You're not going to go for that snack that's sitting on the table or the counter. Okay. You're going to come home and you're going to be like, oh, wow, let me make myself a salad, or open that bag and just have baby carrots with a dip instead. And then you can start going and enjoying yourself a small little dinner early. Do a salad, do some veggies, do some smoked meat and cheeses if that's what you're going for. But don't gorge on a big dinner. Now you're going to eat a small dinner or a snack dinner and then wait half an hour and go work out. Use that energy, use that glucose, use the carbohydrates, use the fats, and work it out and get rid of all that pent up emotion through your day. Did you have a bad day? Did your boss just shit on you? Did they call you out on something? Or did the meeting not go well the way you had planned? Did your teacher just tell you to shut up? It happens. Go and take out that frustration on the treadmill. Go to the gym. Go do a power walk. Work it off. Once you have worked it off, then hydrate. Please come back, have water, have a tea, have a green shake, something to hydrate and put the nutrients back in your body, and then allow yourself to go to sleep. This will process the food that you've intaken through the day, and it will allow your body to process all the cortisol out of your system. And then when you sleep, you will be tired, not just mentally, but also physically. You would have digested your food ahead of time, and your sleep will be super regulated. And then you will wake up the next day feeling on top of the world, starving. And that's what you should be, starving in the morning, because now your body is awake. It's ready to go. It needs the fuel. So give it that. Go ahead, have a good breakfast, have a good lunch. So if you're having breakfast, make sure the third of your calories is already taken in. And then, so 3 to 1, 3 times the calories taken in at breakfast. If you're having lunch, then half that amount. And then dinner would be half of lunch. And that's how you control your calorie intake. You make sure that your food intake is regulated, and you make sure that you have energy through your day. But at night, you don't need energy, and then your body can actually decompress. Now, another food hack I love, and that's the panchang paste. I call it the power paste. That's my very favorite. I'm passionate about it. It's the ginger, garlic, onion, turmeric, and chili combo. Now, I say use the ginger. Ginger is a nature's antibiotic. You cannot go wrong with it. You cannot have enough of it. Ginger and garlic are nature's antibiotics and anti-inflammatories. And we do not consume enough of this in our diets. So if you want, make the ginger, garlic, onion, turmeric, and chili paste. That's my panchang paste. Again, I'm a big fan of it. What you can do is grind it down to a paste and then store it. Store it in your freezer, because this is one of those things that will go bad because it's so good for your body. So freeze it in a 2-inch by 2-inch tuppers, freeze it, and then pop it open and add it to your soups, add it to your curries, add it to your vegetables, add it to whatever you're making, so that you can get the most benefit out of it. And this way, your body, I promise you, if you have this every day or make it a part of your daily diet, it will thank you in many, many ways. It will reduce inflammation. It will create the fiber that your body needs. It will digest your fats a whole lot better. It is a powerhouse. This panchang paste is a power paste. Trust me, try it and see how you do. Now, the trick in trying it is that you have to use 5 times the ginger, then 3 times the garlic, then 2 times the onion, only a little amount of the turmeric root. The turmeric root is super powerful. It goes a long way. So a little amount of that, and chilies to taste, whatever. If you don't want it super spicy, you can always use like long hots or something. or a sweet chili, which will add the capsicum in the casein in there is really, really good for metabolizing your fats. This is a really cool food to add to your diet. And if you're asking me what else are superfoods, superfoods are always super rich in color. So you can base it off of the color, and you can also look it up. So blueberry, all berries are really, really good for you. Blueberries, goji berries, strawberries, blackberries, these are all high and very rich in oxygen, and that's what your body is looking for. Berries are great. Beets, again, a very underutilized vegetable. Beets are amazing, and you should be eating, everybody should be eating beets. Please, people, beets will make blood. Beets equal blood, red blood cells. You're looking, everybody's low on iron these days because none of us have the time to be sitting outside in the sun. So eat beets. It helps build the blood. It helps raise your iron levels. It is very, very important for us. So beets are a superfood that you can easily incorporate in your food. And if you don't like them raw, I get it, they're a little tough. You can always steam them, add them to salads, add them to your soups. Yes. So blueberries, beets, spinach, and kale. Again, green leafies are the best source of so many nutrients that your body needs. You can do spinach and kale, broccoli and rab. You can do any of Brussels sprouts or any other vegetables that you have indigenously available that are super green in color. They are all good for you. Use them in smoothies, use them as vegetables, add them to your biryanis. I don't know, but make sure that you eat enough of them. Now, another good source of fiber, and it is also rich for you digestively and oxidatively, is chia seeds. Chia seeds are very simply, and they're easily available. They're crunchy. They have no flavor. You can literally top off anything with it. Now, if you're asking me, is rice good for you or chapati is good for you? Is the wheat flour good for you? Not too much of it. It is not bad for you. You can consume some of it. Yes, it is the carbs and the fat that our body craves, but that's not adding high nutrient value. So if you're consuming this, use these only as fillers and use them in very small quantities. If you're going to eat vegetables and protein, focus on that. 60% of your diet in your day should be vegetables and proteins and fruits. It's not that you should have 60% of rotis, chapatis, flatbreads, pastas, and then just 20-30% of the vegetables or protein. Please reverse it if that's what you're doing. That's where it's going wrong. You have to reverse what you're eating. You have to be mindful of eating earlier in the day and then eat the superfoods. Eat like a rich person. Guys, have you ever gone and seen those tables that they show on banquets and stuff? You don't have breads and pastas piled up there. They only show fancy meats, fancy fruits, fancy vegetables tucked away out there. And that's what they're showing you. Eat like a rich person. Eat, the more raw foods you eat, the better it will be. Now, talking about raw foods, I am not saying lean into nuts. Nuts are very saturated fats, and it's hard for your body to break it down. So step away from the nuts, step away from the pastas, the breads, and the rice. You can do them in small quantities, but lean into fresh foods, fresh meats. That's where the nutrients are truly at. That being said, I say please reset your body, re-regulate it, and eat like a rich person. And I will talk to you next time. Until then, take care and eat well. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Sheena Says, and for more info, please visit yourhomeopathy.com.